Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, I did do this is for the MND90 upgrade. I did do an upgrade with a light kit, ESC servo receiver and motor. But then I decided let's just go all hog. So I ordered the parts. Took a week and a half to get here. So now I'll just show you here. This is the MND90. On different tyres and wheels as well. Originally has them big tyres on. I just did some cosmetics and scale stuff, and however, when I take that off, didn't like it. Thought there's got to be some upgrades out there, and there is, and the amount of upgrades out there for a lot of the MN series is quite immense. So what I've done is look around here. Everything's metal. We're going for red portal axles, drive shafts, the 4-link front and rear, the front bumper with toe links, the front top chassis plate and the rear top chassis plate also with adjustable shock mounts so you can move them. You also get these two which fit here and here, so you can still have the servo in the plate there, or you can get that kit here and have it axle mounted. Then the suspension, transmission and motor, 370 motor, supple tyres, metal alloys. So I'm just going to start on the first bit by stripping that down because I need the two ladder chassis plates on the sides. So I'll see you in a minute. So dismantled the old bits. There's the chassis plates off the side, which you do need, even though you bought all of this. You do need to keep hold of your old chassis plates, or just buy a new set. It's up to you. Because this car isn't that old, these are in quite good condition, so I'm going to use the old ones. And I'm going to start with the rear front chassis plates and shock mounts and transmission. So I'm going to get that in now, and I'll be back with you in a minute. So that's that bit done now. Transmission's in, rear chassis plate and shock mounts. Good thing is you've got 5 different positions now to put your shocks, whereas before you only had one. And then the front's in, front chassis plate, front shock mounts as well. One is it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places to adjust your shocks. And then do not forget to put these 2 posts in, depending on what MN series car you've got. You actually do get 3 because different cars have different things. So this is the underneath the bonnet of the MND90, and as you can see, these 2 holes there that got to line up with them. Okay, when you stick the screws in, so your body can be attached to the chassis at the front end. I have also noticed, take note that when you take the original transmission and motor out of the original chassis, I know it's the same chassis on the side, but when you take it out, the motor, the back of the motor is actually pointing to the rear of the car. When you put a new one in, it points to the front. I have had a little bit of a fiddling about, and I actually did put it in the wrong way, and then I covered that hole there with the motor underneath, and you need them two holes because they're what you attach the rear of the body to the rear of the chassis. So I actually went on, did some research, and it turns out that I actually had it in the wrong way. It was facing that way instead of facing that way. So yeah, so now we're gonna put the links, front and rear links in. There are two different sizes and they're only just visible. Maybe, yeah, you can see that. This one is slightly longer. So these slightly longer ones, if you have a look on the original one, the ones that go to the centre of the chassis, which go to the top hole here, is the longer ones. The shorter ones go at the bottom, which goes on the outside of the chassis. Okay, so these are your short ones, these are your long ones. Okay, so I'm going to do that now, get it all in. Make sure you put these little spaces in, because otherwise your links could jiggle about in the holes there. The old ones already had like a spacer attached to the link itself. Focus here. So it didn't jiggle about, whereas these don't have that recess to fit into the hole, so you get these little spaces to put in the hole, so they don't jiggle about when you're driving and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get these links in. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we've done the links, like that. Out there. So now, as you can see, we've got the long ones in the middle, going to the centre of the axle, and the short ones go into the outer axle, and the same on this side here. Again, make sure you put these spaces in. It does stop them moving about. So now we're now just gonna put the axles on, the drive shafts, these on top of the axle, obviously, so we can fit the links. So that'll attach on there, and the centre links will go either side of this, and then the suspension and link will go into this hole and this hole here. Obviously the one on the front, these are both exactly the same, but the one on the front exactly the same, only we are going to attach this onto here, and then these two blocks onto either end for an AMS, which is axle mounted servo. And then we'll go and put the suspension on as well. And then we're pretty nearly done. So, see you in a tick. So, just doing the axles and stuff. Thought I'd have a look and see if there's any grease inside. The portals itself, as you can see, there's minimal grease. I've had them gears out, there's actually minimal in there. There's hardly anything at all. You can see little blobs of white grease. And again, in the diff itself, that is actually not too bad. But I am going to put my own grease in. It's up to you whether you leave it. I think it'd be alright if you left it. But I actually have a specific grease I like to use. So I'm going to change it and put my own grease in, clean all that out. And then we're going to do the same to the front one as well. I actually already did the transmission one and this before I even started the video. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that and then put it all back together like I said a few seconds ago. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here we are. now fitted the axles, front and rear, and the links and the suspension to them. I've also put the drive shafts in. When you actually do buy this transmission, there's two kinds of transmissions you can buy out with this one. So it's up to you. Sometimes the other one actually fits with the two screws there and one here as well. So it is pretty long, and you can also buy a 2-speed transmission one. I only found that out after I actually ordered this one, otherwise I'd have ordered the 2-speed. These shocks are adjustable with the collars here. Do that afterwards. Also, you can adjust the towing for the steering, which needs to be done. I'm going to do that when the wheels are on. I have mounted my servo onto the axle rather than on here. You do actually get two different things. I think I've said that already. And it's looking quite good, and it's the suspension is a lot better than the friction suspension that you get on the old one there. Up to now, I'm quite happy with it. And yeah, as took a little bit of fiddling, this that and the other, and I have actually greased the diffs and the portals as well. And then I'll put some CVD grease in there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Just to keep them greased as well, because especially when you're going through water, the pins inside the CVDs tend to rust and then over time just snap. So a bit of CVD grease in there, and should stop it from happening. It's got some weight to it now. It's all low down weight, so that should help with grip. So yeah, now I'm just gonna fit the bumper and the wheels and tires, and then I'll come back. So here we go. Okay guys, so that's the front bumper and tow links on it as well, and the wheels. When I bought these wheels, I only just realised before when I bought them it was only a set of 4 and I needed one to go on the rear of the body, so I had to root through stuff and got quite a near enough exact tyre, but the wheel was black, and so I just chromed that up. So that'll be going on the back of the thing, so that's done. So yeah, now I'm just gonna stick some electrics in, stick the servo in here, and then put the ESC in, and receiver, put the body on. I'm also going to put a light bar on that I've got here, just a little light bar for the front end. I'll whack that on as well. Hook that up. So I'll see you in a tick. Love this up to now. It is absolutely brilliant. And it's going to have a lot more clearance because of them portal axles as well. So absolutely lovely. Okay, see you in a tick. Painted the grill chrome. And my window wipers and some little bits here and there. Light bar to the roof. Chromed up the rear wheel as well. painted that chrome. And she's now on Fly Sky. She's got good steering as well now. And she's got good flex. And she's got some lights. Bit short head anyway, but now she's got a light bar, so turn them ones off and put the light bar on, and then put them all on, and then have them all flashing, and the back as well, and the dash, and then off. Yeah. And she's got a lot of torque, which I'll show you here. Now before, she couldn't do this. I can go very slow with that as well. Could not climb a wall like that straight up before. She's got loads of grip and torque. Absolutely love it. And I've also, the battery goes under there obviously. I've also put the on and off switch there as well. Right about there. So I can just turn it on or off under the bonnet. So there you go, guys. All done, ready to go on one day. Somebody who actually wants to go out. MND90 full metal upgrade.